After World War II, the German economy was in a reconstruction mode. It was basically devastated. And what grew out of that were a lot of family-owned businesses that grew to a certain size, and it's called the German Mittelstand, which means middle-sized business. And that can be anywhere from 10 to 50, maybe $100 million, but there are thousands of these companies that are very similar in size and in culture, and they're characterized by a family environment. You know, you hire local people, you start small, and you have that family environment, you have that very close-knit culture, and our company is certainly like that, and I think that's maybe the genesis of our culture here, that spilled over. One thing that's a characteristic of the German economy and that German Mittelstand is apprenticeship programs. In Germany, almost every company and almost any discipline has apprenticeships available. 50% of the graduates of high school don't necessarily go to a university, they go to work in a company, but they enter that company as an apprentice. Being an apprentice means you enter a 4-year program where you're working 30 hours a week roughly, and you're going to school 10 hours a week in whatever discipline that you choose. And obviously the company supports that. And you can imagine that with millions of young people in this apprenticeship program throughout Germany and all the different disciplines, that there's a lot of infrastructure supporting it. As you can imagine, to support all these apprenticeships in all the different disciplines and all the businesses in Germany, there has to be a lot of infrastructure. The trade schools basically provide the education piece for these apprentices. Also, the National Chamber of Commerce provides testing, which is standardized across the country. 50% of the kids in Germany out of high school go to an apprenticeship. In Switzerland, it's actually 75%. In the US, it's about less than 5%. So we are not taking advantage of that opportunity to let people have a dual learning track where they're working and learning at the same time. What an apprenticeship does for you, you learn skills while you're working, and you learn the theoretical part while you're getting educated. So it's a win-win. So when you finish an apprenticeship, not only do you have the education, you also have the work experience, and you have an employer that you're familiar with. At STOBER, we started our apprenticeship program in 2005. We were maybe 65 people at the time, and it seemed a little intimidating to us. We were fearful, and the biggest fear was we wouldn't be able to find the education piece of it because we can't teach all the theory inside. We can teach the practical. But our community college in Maysville, it's called Maysville Community and Technical College, they have bent over backwards to provide the education we've had 9 different disciplines. We've put 45 people through that program since then. They're some of the best employees, some of the best leaders. They know our company the best, they're very loyal. Obviously we invested in them, they invested in themselves, and they invested in us during that time. By the way, they were very productive through their apprenticeship. So these are not people that you invest in and 4 years later they become productive. They're productive while they're working. The problem in America is people are hesitant to start an apprenticeship program in the company. Small and medium-sized businesses are intimidated by it, but our experience is that intimidation is just not founded. It's easy to do, and it's a wonderful thing to do for the apprentices, for your business, and for your culture. And I would say it's the foundation of our people development initiatives. I just appeal to business owners, business leaders, regardless of the size of your business, make that part of your culture. Make people development a cornerstone, make it a people-first culture, and start an apprenticeship program or start some sort of learning program that gives people an opportunity to learn and grow. You'll be amazed at what it does for your culture and ultimately the success of your business.